What it do, baby boo? So we back with our girls from Alipearl Hair for this deep wave masterpiece. Okay. So here are the usual suspects here. That comes, all of the good stuff. Let me just say, I'm gonna keep saying it. These HD caps, 1 in a million. They work. So this is a 26-inch HD lace 13x4 with a 250 density. I personally believe that this wig is a little thicker than 250, which is I'm not mad at all. Okay, so we're gonna see. Some of y'all might encounter what I had encountered with this, but you see when it frays like that at the bottom, that means it's about that life. Okay. Now the knots were still a little bit darker than I would have liked, so off camera I did end up re-bleaching them with a 20 volume for like maybe 15 minutes. And then I also love the fact that within the wig itself, it does say Alipearl, because oftentimes when I have a lot of wigs, they're usually built the same and they'll just say lace wig in the back. And I got to remember, what wig was this? This helps. Again, all of us are not going to label our wigs, especially when you got as many as I do. Okay, so here we go. Now this is what ended up happening. So you seen it's fitting on one side of my head, but it's not fitting on the other side, and you see it's much longer in the middle, and that's because the way that this wig was made, it was made for somebody who had more of a widow's peak and their hair is further back in the back to match my actual hairline. So what did I end up doing? I went back and I just went through, this was after I had bleached it for the second time, so I just went back and pulled out the hair in the front to just add, you know how I feel about the baby hair. But in this situation, we definitely needed a little bit of it just to be able to help it lay the way I want to, because otherwise I would have had to go in and redo the entire hairline, which kind of defeated the purpose. So I wanted you guys to see that if sometimes this happens to you, and this has happened to me more than once, it's just that my hairline is a lot far forward than most people's is. Like most people will pull their wigs, they don't even have to use the stocking cap, they just simply take the wig, put the wig on and then glue it to their forehead because they have a lot of real estate. I don't. So if that's the case, if the front is too long, what'll end up happening is I got the widow's peak between my eyebrows and the rest. So I found like, okay, this feels like it's gonna work, but I was like, we're gonna trust the process. I got it. Don't you worry about it, okay? Because again, I didn't want to have to repluck the entire hairline because it would have just defeated the purpose. The wig is really well made, and the knots were a little bit more stubborn than I would have liked. However, again, they did it once. It wasn't like I had to do it from a 1B all the way up. So here I'm trying to figure out where we gonna go with this. So I cheated it more on my left side so that it could lay more on this side where you can see it, because that side is going to be pretty much, it's not going to be a side part, it's going to be an iconic Ivy flip over, if you will. So I went through, cut the lace, and I somewhat glued it down just so that I could get it to stay, because like I said, it doesn't just sit on my head the way that I would want it, because my hairline, we got a little more work to do. So here I glued it down, I put the melt band on it. I just did it off camera. Trust the process is what it said. Trust the process. So we just went through and cut the baby hair a little bit more. And see? You see what I'm saying? At first, you probably didn't believe what I could do, girl. Yes. So all the plucking that you see around that hairline is still the plucking that the wig came with. I didn't do none of that. All I did was part it and pull the baby hair forward a little bit just so I can make sure that it was going to lay down properly. So like I said, I didn't want it to be necessarily apart. I just wanted it to be separated there, and it kind of had a free flow to it. I could have cut the baby hair a little bit more, but sometimes I find that if I don't cut them longer, it looks too short, and it's hard for me to kind of lay it down if they're just too short in general. So here in the front, as you can see, we cut a little bit of layer in the front just because I don't want it to just be big, because I plan to keep it wearing it like this. I didn't want to wet it. I did use some, I think it was some curl cream. It was a curl cream and curl conditioner on this, and then I let it air dry. That's why in the beginning when I first put it on, it had that very boxy look to it, but it held. So if I wouldn't have used that product, this hair would have been a lot bushier. But I do like how it has this natural flow and feel to it. Like I said, I think that this hair might be a little bit more than 250. It could just be the texture, but I think it's more than 250, which is, like I said, a good thing. And the more that you run your fingers through it, the bigger that the hair is going to get, which y'all know that's my favorite look. So I went through, I could have plucked the baby hair on that side a little bit more to make it a little more sparse, but I didn't want to overdo it because, like I said, oftentimes people deal with this where your hairline is a little different or it's not fitting the way you want it. But because for me, big hair just, I feel like it looks better on me. I love a good, like a, my straight with the layers. But this is always just the easier wig to deal with in a regular day. I don't have to do no touch-ups. All day my hair will stay just like this. So the only thing that you need to worry about if you plan to like sew it down and keep it on is just make sure it's moisturized. Because again, that, oh, it looks so good. That's what the key to any hair, but really curly hair, is keep it moisturized. So I will list the product that I used below because it really did work. But it was it came with like a 3-pack. I got it from Ulta, but it was like a conditioner, a mousse or gel, and shampoo, and I used them all together, and it did make a big difference because, like I said, I didn't even have to diffuse this. So I hope you guys like this, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace, babies.
I come around and there's no more smiling, talking to you's like climbing a mountain. We need purging. Where is the fountain? I sense the distance, I feel the silence. Baby, I'm trying to find the problems, but if you don't talk, then I can't solve them. All of your friends, why?